Are you cozy? Good morning. Did you sleep good? Good morning. Wonderful. Okay. Get ready to start breakfast. What is it? Is it the frog? Do you have a little frog? Does Maddie have the frog? Hi, Millie Moose. You're gonna help Mommy make breakfast? Be careful. What is it?
I don't know.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be taking you along with me for just a little bit of an autumn day in the life, specifically focused around kind of snack prep for the upcoming week. So I'm going to be making bread for the week. I'm picking pears right now because we're going to be dehydrating a bunch of them later today. And then we're also going to do some maybe pumpkin and fall themes like cookies and things like that just for the coming week. So that's what we have planned, and I'm probably going to do some other homemaking things. I have all the beds to wash today, like all the sheets. And then since today is so beautiful out, I'm probably going to go ahead and get all of our bedding washed and actually hang it out to dry because I think it's supposed to be, what, in the 70s today? Something like that. And so I'm trying to take advantage of it while it lasts because I know this week is going to be one of the last few kind of warm stretches here coming up. So this will be enough to get us started. So we're going to go inside, peel these, slice them, and go ahead and start them in the dehydrator. And then we'll leave the bucket in the sink for the peels and stuff. Okay. So what I think I'm going to do with the pears is I'm going to go ahead and peel them. You can dehydrate them without peeling them, but they're easier for my little toddlers to eat with them peeled. So I am going to go ahead and peel them. And because I can slice them into like really big slices because pears are a lot bigger than apples, it fills up the trays a lot. So I feel like they go farther. That makes sense. And then after I peel them, we slice them very thinly, and I love sprinkling a little bit of like brown sugar and cinnamon on them, just to give it that kind of fall taste and feel. So that's what we're going to be working on now, is getting them peeled and sliced, and then we'll put them in the dehydrator. So we also do have apple trees on our property. However, this year only one of the varieties actually turned out, and the other ones did not do so well, which ended up being fine because, just as I mentioned in my previous videos, you ready, honey? Bring up a chair. And because, just as I mentioned in a previous video, we just had a really busy kind of like early fall back to school year. So I would not have been able to process all of them anyway. So it ended up all working out. So for the pear slices, we don't want them to be too thick because we want them to dehydrate really well. So this is how thinly we're going to slice them, like this. See? Just goes all around. And if you do this side, you turn it around and do it like that. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Perfect. Ooh, there we go. I'm going to move our colored pencil basket over here. Okay, and then we'll put our dehydrator over here. Hi, baby. You want to help too, Oliver? actually sliced. And then in this little bowl here, I probably have, I don't know, I just put it in, maybe a 1/4 cup worth of brown sugar, and then probably like half a teaspoon, maybe a whole, I don't know, I don't measure anything, of cinnamon, and then just a little tiny bit of salt, probably like 1/8 of a teaspoon worth of salt. I've done both mixtures, one without salt and one with, and I actually really like it. You can't really taste the salt, but it adds just something different. I don't know what it is, but it tastes really good. Anyway, I do mix them together. I've done it previously where I just toss the sugar and toss the cinnamon into the pears. However, the cinnamon tends to stick to the pears and it doesn't spread out. So I mix it first now and then kind of add it in. That way it spreads more evenly. Because in our previous batches, well, sorry if you can't hear me, the dishwasher's noisy, but in our previous batches, we would have like some slices have a ton of cinnamon, like too much cinnamon, and then some have like none at all. So that's why I learned to finally just mix it well first. So we will go ahead and get these mixed up, and then they'll be ready to put into the dehydrator. So as you can tell, that little bit of sugar and cinnamon got spread out pretty sparsely. So it's not a heavy amount of sugar. It's just enough to kind of very lightly sweeten it, and the cinnamon is enough just to lightly flavor it. So they're coated very, very lightly. So after I get all of the pears processed, I think what I'm gonna do is attempt to make a homemade kind of fruit leather or fruit roll-up. This dehydrator also has, I think 6 different trays where you can pour liquids into, and I thought it would be fun. I've actually never made any type of a homemade fruit leather or anything like that. And since I do have a lot of fruit in my freezer, I am gonna go ahead and blend it up. I have frozen peaches from our peach tree, so I might do like a frozen, kind of like a peach berry blend, and then throw it in here, maybe add in like a splash of maple syrup and some vanilla. So when it comes to really busy homemaking days like today, something that I try to remember to do is utilize every single modern convenience that we do have. I absolutely love it when my dishwasher is going, I have my laundry going in the washing machine, I have my dinner going in my crock pot, so that's done, taken care of. Soon I'm gonna have pears going to take care of, and then soon after that I'm gonna toss some stuff like some baked goods in the oven and get that going throughout the day as well. And then I'm also going to be starting my bread machine. I love having a bread machine because it gives me the ability to have fresh bread for my family, but also be very hands-off when it comes to the kneading time and the rise time. I'm not a huge fan of bread baked in the bread machine. However, I do toss all the ingredients in, and then an hour and a half later, after it's done all the kneading for me and the first rise, I can take it out, form it into loaves or rolls or whatever it is that I'm making, and then your bread's done. So your actual hands-on time is under 10 minutes for that bread for the entire week for our family. So I love utilizing that just as another way to, on those busy homemaking days, to utilize. So again, at the same time, your dishes are being cleaned, your laundry is being cleaned, your bread's started, your dinner's done, all while using, you know, our simple modern conveniences like crock pots and bread machines and all that stuff. Anyways, if you are in little years like I am and you need something to help you manage your time just to get all of the things done, I highly recommend, if you're wanting to make your own bread, grabbing a bread machine. It helps so much with just like the kneading and that first rise time. So it's pretty much hands-off, and I love it so, so much as far as the freedom it gives me to, again, bake bread for my family, but do so efficiently. So I love that. And I also like the dehydrator is fun too, because you can do some different snacks for the kids. It doesn't have to just be your baked things, your granola bars and things like that, but you can do all kinds of like fruits and have it be shelf stable, which is also wonderful. But you can get, like, for example, bread machines, crock pots and things like that. A lot of the times, like the ones that I have, I got thrifted for like $5. So you don't have to go onto Amazon and buy this brand new $200 bread machine to make it work for you. Honestly, the most basic thrifted bread machine is going to knead the dough for you and do that first rise. So that's a very, very affordable way to get bread done without it costing a lot. Anyway, that is one of my favorite ways to kind of manage my time, is using all the modern things that sometimes we take for granted. Do the pears smell yummy? Oh, let's leave the door shut. Leave the door shut. Yeah. So for the pears, I normally have the temperature at 140 because my slices are a little bit thicker. So it's at 140 and then for about 7 hours. I found that because the slices aren't that thick, I can normally get a batch done in 6. But because there's some different variety of slices, we're gonna leave it at 7 for now and then check them, see where we're at then. So I already got half of the kids' sheets done and hung out, so I'm gonna go ahead and work on our bedroom here and then get them in the washing machine. That way all of the blankets, because normally when I do a deep cleaning of all the bedding, I do like the big blankets and things like that. So I'm gonna get everything off. Hi, honey. And yes, they are. And I'm gonna get everything off and then hopefully hung out and everything has time to fully dry, even the larger blankets, by tonight. We just finished lunch. Our sheets came out of the washer, so I got those hung. I think now I'm gonna go clean up from lunch and then probably start some cookies or some other type of snacky thing for the week. So I just laid the baby down for a nap, and I think before we start the cookies, I'm going to clean up kind of the morning's kind of play mess, and then probably make a cup of coffee for the afternoon, and then we'll finally get started on doing some baking. I got the living room kind of back in order. A few of the things that I do keep in here is I have a basket of Lincoln logs. This stays in here pretty much all the time, or not all the time, I guess it rotates with my kids' dollhouse, but I switch back and forth between the Lincoln logs and the dollhouse. Probably every month I'll switch them out just to bring something new in here to where while we're doing homeschool or while I'm cooking, there's always something a little bit fresh and new to play with and things like that. I'm always amazed about how something that we've had for a long time, or maybe it's not played with, we bring it into the main part of the house and it's all they play with. So I love rotating what is in this little space, again, on a monthly basis. The things that I don't really rotate that I know just get played with all the time is I have a basket of magnetiles right here and then a little thing of wooden blocks. So those are 3 other main things that really just get played with all the time. So I think what I'm going to end up doing, the kiddos wanted to do some type of like a rollout cookie because they wanted to use some little new cookie cutters that we got. So we're going to probably do that. Only I'm going to do not just a plain sugar cookie. I'm going to try this recipe. I'll link it down below, but it's called just the pumpkin sugar cookies with maple icing. I don't know if we'll do the icing part, but it looks really simple and I do have all the ingredients on hand already. So we're gonna attempt to make a pumpkin sugar cookie kind of rollout thing. I just finished getting the cookie dough all prepped, and I tossed it in the fridge so it can chill before we get it ready to roll out. I'm gonna run outside, grab the mail. I think my book came in today that I'm really excited to start reading. So I'm gonna run out and grab that, and then I'm probably gonna put another batch of sheets out on the line since the first batch is ready to go. So one of the books I've been really looking forward to reading is from one of my favorite podcasts here on YouTube, from the podcast Relatable. And Allie wrote a book called Toxic Empathy, and I am so incredibly excited to dive into this. If you are a Christian mama, I highly recommend it. I've been listening to a lot of her interviews about it. I'm super excited to dive in and kind of form my own thoughts about it. But yeah, I had to mention it, and I do highly recommend checking out her podcast Relatable. It's incredible if you're looking for a solid, very biblically solid podcast that really talks a lot about cultural issues, but from, again, a very solid biblical perspective. So the cookie dough has about half an hour left before it's ready to get out and roll and have fun with the kiddos. So meanwhile, I'm gonna go ahead and get all the beds remade, probably bring out the last batch of stuff since it's still beautiful out, and get that hung and kind of dried. And then after that, I'm probably gonna get the first set of beds made, so that's done and taken care of. And then by the time I get all the beds made, it should be ready to do the cookies and then go into our evening routine with the kiddos. I think I'm gonna go ahead and say goodbye here, even though the camera is still gonna be on as we go about all the other homemaking things. I'm gonna go in again, get the beds made, try to clean the bathrooms before we get into like the cookie mess again and things like that. But thank you guys for being here and for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoy seeing the rest of our day.
Who am I that the maker of heaven would love me and know me by name? In a world where I feel like a stranger, His love came and found me the same. In each breath that I breathe, when I wake or I sleep, everything I need is found in You. All in You, everything I need is found in You, found in You, Jesus. What is love that the God of the heavens would stoop down to love me with grace? In the midst of my pride and rebellion, His love wouldn't give up the chase. In each breath that I breathe, when I wake or I sleep, everything I need is found in You. All in You, everything I need is found in You. Jesus, everything I need is found in You. All in You, everything I need is found in You. Found in You, Jesus. When I'm lost, when I'm scared, everywhere You are there. Everything that I need is made